Click, click, clap. What's going on, guys? I am SimpleSimon and I am out in sunny Geelong, G-Town. And today we're going to Pop Culture Gallery. Mark, he's getting married, so that's why we're out in G-Town. And I figured while we're out here, we may as well go visit the Pop Culture Gallery. There's also the market that's right across the road from it. And then we might even travel into the city and see what's up in there. So the Geelong, this might even be two parts, we'll see. Geelong edition, let's go. Quick shout out to my minions. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in exclusive members only videos, extended episodes of The Noob, and exclusive emojis, hit the join button to find out more about channel membership. But remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on videos. So as you can see, it was a beautiful sunny day out in G-Town, and if you haven't been to Pop Culture before and you haven't seen the video that I did here a few years ago, back when I used to do the Nerds Day Out vlogs with Sarah, well, if you're a collector of any type, hold on to your jaws because they're about to hit the floor. So the Pop Culture Gallery is almost like a museum of collectibles. It is jam-packed with things that most of us cannot afford. I mean, these things here people can afford, like hot toys and sideshow statues and things, but some of the stuff they have here is just things you will only ever see in a place like this. And they'll have all this kind of stuff for any franchise you can think of. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Ninja Turtles, Motu, Aliens, Predator, all your favorite anime, all your favorite nostalgia movies. They've got it all here at the Pop Culture Gallery. Look at that He-Man statue. That thing has the power to make you broke. But all that expensive stuff is up high, and down low you've got all the stuff that us commoners can afford, like, you know, McFarlane. Here's some stuff that most of us definitely can't afford. I always wonder if anyone actually buys these life-size statues. Like, who has room for that at home? Insane. If you do have one, let me know and invite me over sometime for drinks. Now, for you guys who do watch my vlogs regularly, you'll know that I release these things on Wednesday at 9 PM. Lately, I've been doing some Monday night vlogs, and giving you guys a double shot of vlog action. So while this video is going to be released on a Wednesday night, part 2 of this video, part 2 of my Geelong trip, I'll release this coming Monday. So next week, look forward to double vlog action as well. I'm spoiling you guys, aren't I? I often mention in my vlogs that SH Figure Arts is a brand that's hard to come by. A lot of shops don't sell it, and even the shops that do don't have a lot of it. But here at Pop Culture, they've got all of it. Maybe that's why they're so hard to find in other stores, because Pop Culture are just hogging all the stock. Make sure you leave in the comments below too if you guys see something that's super cool. Like, I know Sarah loves these statues. I think they're from Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. And being a Sonic guy, I love that Sonic and Tails statue there. That's awesome. Not too sure what that wolf is from. It might be some kind of anime, maybe? I know what this is from. This is from Bayonetta, right? Bayonetta, the video game. I love replica weapons, by the way. It's something I really want to start collecting. $6.99. That's probably why I don't have too many replica weapons in my collection. Look how cool these life-size busts are. Hellboy, got horror movie classics there, Marvel stuff. This wall is absolutely insane. You could spend hours just looking at these statues and the detail they have. Like, there's the J. Scott Campbell, Alice in Wonderland and Disney-inspired J. Scott Campbell stuff. Is that meant to be the Bride of Frankenstein? Because if it is, Frankenstein's doing alright. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking for a bit and just let you guys enjoy the sights of the amazing statues at Pop Culture. Oh, and by the way, I actually filmed this video about 2 months ago now, and narrating it's been a little bit of a struggle because normally when I film my vlogs, I'm kind of narrating it in my head as I'm filming this stuff for you guys. It never comes out exactly how I envision it, but this was 2 months ago and I cannot remember what I had planned in my head. Hey look, it's Coraline. Sarah likes Coraline, and I like three-headed dragons. That's 5. Let me know if this narration is trash because I am struggling and I'm super tired. Alright, are you guys sick of statues yet? Let's look at some helmets. I had all of the Star Wars Black Series helmets there. So we'll take a break from the statues and, oh look, it's more statues. Well, these are Hot Toys, I think. Look at that Rambo one, that's awesome. I want that in my life. So this section had all your movie favorites like Lost Boys, Ace Ventura there. You got the bride here from Kill Bill, how good is that? And if you're sick of looking at statues, these aren't statues. These are Hot Toys. What is the difference? Well, these are essentially about as premium as an action figure can get. These are actually articulated figures. Look at that Harley from Batman Ninja. Did anyone like that movie Batman Ninja? Because I thought it kind of sucked. The art was great. The movie was a bit full on. That Optimus Prime there looks like he's put on weight. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've put on weight. But I'm telling you right now that one day I will have the power, like Prince Adam here, and start looking fit like Prince Adam there. I love these Chainsaw Man figures from SH Figure Arts, but they're just so pricey. Like, if I want all 3, that's a costly set. Ooh, $4,000 worth of Alien vs Predator, let's go! Whoa, look at that! How good is that? Imagine having that, like, in your hallway as soon as you walk into your house. One day, boys and girls, one day. I love looking at alien NECA figures, but I always wonder, where do all these aliens come from? Chrysalis alien, like, where's that from? I've never seen it before. Let me know in the comments if you know where the Chrysalis alien came from, or the arachnid alien there. Now here's my jam. You got some Tekken figures there and some Street Fighter figures. I don't even know what brand those are. I actually can't remember where they were from, but they were pretty cool. I mean, is there a big franchise that you can think of? A big IP that you haven't seen yet in this pop culture video? Because I can't think of any. I absolutely love Kotobukiya statues, and they had an awesome selection there. That Mera one there I've wanted for a long time. and they had it for $280, which is actually a really good price for that figure. But I'm kind of done buying statues now. I'm all about that articulation, baby. They got all the Loungefly bags that you've ever dreamed of. Man, I can't believe it's only 10 minutes into this video. I've been narrating this for about an hour. Just to give you an idea of what goes into these videos, I don't know what I'm going to say when I do these narrations. I just press record and say it. And sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, that's not cool, I should start again. So sometimes I say the same line multiple times, like this one I'm saying now, because the previous 4 takes was just mumbo jumbo, they didn't make sense. And when you get to those parts of the vlog where I'm just showing you footage and not talking, that means I got nothing. I actually do have something to say here. So these figures here are all by Super7, who make the reaction figures, and they look fantastic. I don't own any, but I really want to get one of these figures and take it out of the box to see what they like, because the likeness on these figures are amazing. Oh yeah, by the way, hey ho, let's go. Pop culture isn't just about your favorite nostalgia movies or your favorite superheroes and IPs. Music is actually a huge part of pop culture. They have their own record section, as well as all these awesome music collectibles. Here's some more Super 7 figures. How good do they look? How good does that Batman look? That's amazing. And you got more Street Fighter figures here. Is that Chun-Li in a wedding dress? Who did she get married to? Got that Cammy statues looking pretty good there. Now, I have said it many times in my videos, but did you guys know that the first 2 bands I ever liked as a kid were Queen and Kiss? And there were 2 movies that were responsible for these 2 bands being the first 2 bands I ever got into: Wayne's World and Bill and Ted. This section here was tucked away in the back corner. You got a cool Indiana Jones pinball machine and all kinds of cool things in the cabinets there. And they were playing old Sonic the Hedgehog episodes. How cool is that? And they've even got some naughty statues at the top there. Oh, are you ready? I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? Alright, enough of that. So, as you've already seen, pop culture has no shortage of things to see, and anything you can think of they've got. For those who are like, oh, they've got Barbies, but I haven't seen any Monster High. Well, boom, Monster High. I mean, seriously, is there something you haven't seen yet? You're probably like, haven't seen any Terminator 2 yet. Boom, Terminator 2. I've seen Aliens, but haven't seen Predator. Boom, Predator. Oh, and also, if you're trying to catch me out like, oh, you see Bruce Lee statues everywhere. I bet they don't have a statue of Bolo Young. There he is on the right there. Bolo Young. Alright, so it was time to leave pop culture now. It's tradition. If you come to Pop Culture Gallery, it is tradition that once you're done here, you go across. Right across from them is the Geelong Vintage Market. Oh, look who it is. What? This is Tommy. You might recognize him from some of my Toy Fair videos from DTE Collectables. Him and his dad Dave actually have a stall here, so it was a pleasant surprise to run into the boys. Now, pop culture might have had Monster High, but they definitely didn't have Mermaid High. And you know what else pop culture didn't have? Vintage toys, baby. I just realized it really is the perfect mix. You got all the newest stuff at pop culture, and then if you want all the old stuff, you just walk across to the vintage market. Ooh, more Street Fighter. Can you guys see that? That's a fart gun, baby. Now, obviously the vintage market is not just toys and collectibles, it is a whole heap of things. But you guys know right now that Street Fighter is my jam, right? So I was on the lookout for Street Fighter and it was everywhere. Oof, they had an arcade machine here, which looks like it's got hundreds of games, one of those, D's Vintage and Collectables. Thank you for this amazing shop. You got this awesome Street Fighter sign there. They had some really good stuff at this stall. There's the website for D's Vintage and Collectables. I should probably go check it out because, like I said, this store was amazing. Now let's show you some of the other stuff they had to offer at the Geelong Vintage Market. They obviously had a ton of different records, including some Maiden there, some old tape decks. Look how vintage that looks. And they even had this. That's about as vintage as it gets right there. Floppy disks. Who remembers the floppy disks that were even older than that? Like the ones that were actually floppy. I remember those. You're probably wondering why you're filming this old stuff. Well, because in these places you often find amongst all the weird old stuff, there's cool stuff like this Luke Skywalker photo. Now I remember the last time we came here, this corner here was full of prints, which it still is. It hasn't changed that much. And I actually bought a print from there last time. I bought a My Hero Academia print from this section. And you can see they still have lots of cool anime and movie prints here. There's plenty of Hot Wheels in every section if you're a Hot Wheels collector, but I absolutely love going down these aisles and just finding the mix and range of stuff that you find in these cabinets. And you really need to spend time carefully looking through because you might just miss that gem that's hidden amongst it all. Now, you NBA fans always argue between who's the GOAT between Jordan and LeBron. Well, here in Australia, there's the GOAT right there, Andrew Gaze. How cool is this R2-D2 coffee plunger? If I plunged coffee, that's what I would use. I spotted some VHS tapes in the corner here, so I went and had a quick squiz, but wasn't much there for me. And then I stumbled across Stall 966, which had a ton of cool stuff. This is an example of why you have to always have a thorough look, because all this stuff doesn't interest you, but then all of a sudden, boom, Star Wars. And then I finally made it to Dave and Tommy's table, DTE Collectables. So this is their stall at the Geelong Vintage Market. I only get to see these guys at Toy Fair, so it was cool to see their stall set up at a market. And I believe they also have another stall at another place that's similar to this out in Bendigo, I think. And I do plan on going there one day, so stay tuned for that. That was a flyer for the Sunbury event that's coming up this Sunday. Now, believe it or not, there's still one shop that we have to go to in this video. That's right, 3 shops in one vlog. Who remembers this movie, California? I remember the way Brad Pitt holds the gun was really weird. I'll never forget the way he held the gun. Great movie though. That Ray figure there with the BB-8, I've always wanted that figure because it's like 2 figures in one, but the Ray figure doesn't look that great, which is why I've always kind of held off on it. Oh my goodness, it's Champions! Or Mighty Ducks for my US friends. That's right, Mighty Ducks was called Champions over here. And there is the first appearance of the Simpsons in comic books. I used to have that when I was a kid, and now I still have it because I bought a cheap copy off Charlie from Bulldog Comics not too long ago. Anyway, are you overwhelmed yet with all the collectible goodness you've seen in this video? Well, as I mentioned, we still have one place to go in this video. So, we headed out to Geelong City to visit the POPCULTCHA retail store. So earlier we were at the POPCULTCHA gallery, which is kind of like a spectacle, while this is their regular retail store where they sell a lot of the regular retail things, like action figures, and ooh, there's some Sarah leg action there. The pop vinyls, I do still have some statues here, but most of the super expensive ones they keep over at the gallery. But they do still have aisles and aisles of toys and goodness in their retail store here. It's still a huge and amazing store. Look how small these Motu figures are. How can you have the power when you're that small? I almost bought this Robocop figure a little while ago. It's pretty nice, but I went with the Mayfex one, which is more expensive and came with less stuff. Good on me. They've got some Doctor Who for all the Doctor Who fans. I don't know anything about Doctor Who, but I know the Weeping Angels, is that what they're called? I've heard about them and they sound scary. You got some Nightmare Before Christmas right next to some more Street Fighter stuff. Street Fighter has had a massive presence in this Geelong vlog. And of course they've got all your usual Star Wars Black Series figures and Marvel Legends, but they do actually get some exclusives. Like, let me know in the comments if you see something like a figure that you've never seen before in just your regular retail store. They even somehow have some old figures, like that's the first wave of the Across the Spider-Verse figures, which not many stores still have, and they've still got plenty of X-Men 97. None of the good stuff, but I mean Storm, that's not a bad figure to have. And then this section is their display cabinet where they have a lot of the statues. Now, from memory, last time I was at the store here, that was all records and things, and apparently they've moved them to the shop next door, and they've just got their statues and figures. I do want to pick up one of those Bruce Lee figures one day. These Ninja Turtle figures also look very cool. This cabinet here was full of just replica weapons and things. You got some wands there, some batarangs, some chainsaws, and then look at that, Hello Kitty as Naruto. That's pretty cute. And here's their Kotobukiya cabinet here. I actually bought my Kill Bill Kotobukiya statue from here last time I was there too. I remember I bought it off their display, so they gave me a little bit of a discount. But amazing figures. There's the mirror again, just teasing me. And then you've got, is that Michelangelo with his dong out? Who wants a Michelangelo action figure with his dong out? Oh, and if you collect cards, they also have cards there. I love this Bruce Lee skateboard that I always see at POPCULTCHA. It is absolutely awesome. And I've never seen this before. I don't know what they call it, the X-Men jet. And it's a transformer. It transforms into a giant Transformer Cyclops looking thing. I'd never seen that before. So that was it from the POPCULTCHA retail store. Now we're nearly done with the video, but there's still a few more things I want to show you. So after this, we thought we'd pop past EB Games and have a look in there. And I filmed this for one reason, because in this EB Games, all their figures they take out of their boxes. I'm guessing there's a lot of theft there. So all these Star Wars figure boxes were just boxes on the shelf. That's crazy. Oh, and did I mention that Mark's wedding was actually the next day? And Sarah and I were actually staying the night in Geelong. So we went for a date. We got some ramen at this ramen place. It was like a trendy hipster ramen place, but the food was good. The ramen was definitely not traditional, but it was like fancy, trendy hipster ramen, but it was still good. And then we stopped past this fancy wanky beer place on the way home, and I bought this expensive ass beer. That cost me $20, that sour beer. Alright, that is the end of the video, but this will just be part 1 of Geelong. Obviously it's Mark's wedding tomorrow, but on Sunday before we go home, we'll probably swing past the mill markets. So the next video will probably be the mill markets, but as far as today goes, pop culture is always a sight to see. So if you've never been there, obviously, if you're ever in Geelong, definitely worth the stopover. You have to really see it to believe it. I tried to get as much footage as I could today, but you know, I don't want to spoil the whole thing for you guys. Where else did we go? The vintage market was cool. Again, we kind of had to rush out of there because we had to come to this place to check in. But it was good to see Dave and Tommy there from DT Collectables. And also shout out to Steve, I think his name was, a gentleman who said he'd seen me in videos before. So shout out to you, mate. But yeah, I didn't actually buy anything today. So I didn't spend any money. Spent all my money on dinner. We had a nice date at a ramen place. And yeah, the wedding's tomorrow. So yeah, next week, hopefully, same simple time, same simple channel. That's Wednesday, 9 PM for local people. Will hopefully be the Mill Markets video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to support the channel, give the video a like, leave a comment, and until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.